Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Indians at Cleveland Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Jack Morris, whose record is 2-2 with a 4.46 ERA. And pitching for the Indians today is Larry McCall, whose record is 1-5 with an 8.04 ERA. Okay, we've managed to put a couple victories together. We won 2 out of 3 against Baltimore on the road. Ken Smith is on fire. He's had 4 home runs in the last 3 games and now leads our team with 23 RBI. So we've got the power game going finally, but unfortunately our pitchers have been hit or miss. So we're hoping to get back on track today with Jack Morris on the mound. He's really only had 1 good start all season, in which he pitched a shutout. The Indians, if you look at the standings here, are the worst team in the American League East, just by a fraction of a percentage point here. So they're almost tied with Toronto, in fact, as far as percentage goes. So they're not a very good team. They have a very high ERA. Their team batting average is below the league average. Their home runs are below league average, and their stolen bases are below league average. So they are definitely not a team that has much going for it right now. So let's go ahead and get started with today's ball game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We just wrapped up the inaugural year of the 1969 Seattle Pilots what-if scenario. That season is in the books. We somehow managed to make it to the ALCS and lost in 7 games. We had a no-hitter in the World Series. That was kind of crazy. It was a lot of fun. We put a capper on that yesterday as we did the World Series, the award winners, and also the free agent period. We got that all set up, and now we are going dark on that season until September, when this 84 season is complete. That's when we'll get back to the Seattle Pilots. Okay, well, this does not look good. We have 3 right-handed arms unavailable today versus Cleveland. Montgomery pitched 2 innings. I think Roy Thomas pitched an inning and a third, and Dave Rozema is still tired after getting his 3-inning save 2 games ago. So that is not that's not what we like, but I guess we'll deal with it. And Jack Morris, let's see, the Indians are batting .280 against Morris, so that's not a good sign either. But this is a good sign. Larry McCall's on the mound today. This is the pitcher who's given up the most home runs in the last 3 seasons, so we like that. Gibby and Brock are both listed as tired, so they're going to take the game off today. What that means is we're going to move Ken Smith to first, and Lance Parrish is going to be the DH today, as Terry Kennedy will do the catching. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown for the Detroit Tigers. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Sweet WHITAKER. Batting second at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third at third base is George Brett. Batting cleanup in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting fifth at first base is Ken Smith. Batting sixth in left field is Jesse Barfield. Batting 7th and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting 8th in center field is Chet Lemon. And batting 9th and DHing is Lance Parrish. Let's take a look at Larry McCall. Off to a bad start. I mean, you can see here, he became an everyday starter in our first year of Sim. And he's been consistently bad. 7-12, 9-12. 10-22, 10-21, and he's off to a 1-5 start this year with an 8.04 ERA. More walks than strikeouts this season. That's the first time that has happened. Opponents are batting .337 against him, and look at the home run totals. 36, 28, 58, 52, and he's given up 11 in 7 starts so far this year. He does have a complete game. His fastball tops out at 90 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46.7%. He's got 4 pitches in his arsenal. The only decent one is the splitter. I guess the fastball is right there as well, rated a 79. Overall, he's a 78. The 31-year-old right-hander is a free agent at the end of the year. I bet he'll find a team if he's not re-signed by Cleveland. He's lost 5 decisions in a row, including the last one versus Boston. He gave up a couple home runs to them as well. Okay. Here is the Indians' defense. They are below league average in right field and left field. That's Cory SNYDER, and I believe that is Mike Young in left. Behind the plate is the Bandalorian, Chris BANDO. He's got his 76 arm. That is a guy that we can run on. And you know what I want to do before we get started is, if it's at my disposal here, yeah. Let's take a look at the Cleveland Stadium numbers. I got it right here. Okay, left-handers bat. Left-handers hit home runs 18% less here at Cleveland Stadium, but right-handers hit home runs 10% more. Left-handers get hits 12% more likely. Right-handers get hits 7% more likely. So it is kind of a hitter's park. Doubles are 7% less likely. Triples are 18% less likely. Strikeouts don't occur here as much. Double plays are 13% likely. Errors are 10% more likely at Cleveland Stadium. So there you go. It does appear to be a hitter's park, especially for right-handers. Okay, here we go. Sweet Lou leading off versus Larry McCall. And he rips it into right field for a base hit. We got the leadoff man on. Next person up is Alan Trammell. We're going to hit and run with Trammell. 0-1 count. And a comebacker to McCall. Whitaker will advance. So we got Lou on second with 1 down and George Brett at the plate. Brett 3 for 7 with a home run. Ground ball to first, and Whitaker will advance. It's going to be up to Glenn Wilson to drive in the run. Big Willie batting .268 with 3 home runs. And he pops it up. Yeah, we are just, I think we're coming out of that, early summer malaise, but we are just not clutch. That's frustrating. Whoops, there we go. Let's go and take a look at the Indians lineup rundown. For today's ball game, batting leadoff, playing shortstop is the rookie Keith Smith. Batting second at first base is Karl PAGEL. Batting third at first base is Jim Wilson. Batting cleanup in right field is Cory SNYDER. Batting fifth at third base is Steve Springer. Batting sixth in left field is Mike Young. Batting seventh in center field is Von Hayes. Batting eighth in catching is Chris BANDO. And batting ninth at second base is Juan Bonilla. There were 4 rookies in the lineup today for the Indians. Let's take a look at Jack Morris. Kind of an up and down year so far. This is his 7th start. He's 2-2 with that .446 ERA, 38 strikeouts in 40 1/3 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .247 against him. He's got a complete game shutout this year. His fastball tops out at 94 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 44.2%. He's got 4 pitches in his arsenal. The splitter does all the damage. That one is rated 93. He's got a good fastball rated at 88 and a slider at an 80. So 3 pitches above league average. And yet somehow his overall rating is only 83. I don't understand that. The 28-year-old righty will be a free agent at the end of the year. And although I have him listed as won't trade, if we hover around the 500 mark, we'll put him up on the trade market. and see if we can't get something for him. In his last start, which was against Seattle, he went 5 innings, giving up 5 runs on 6 hits, walking 3. He did strike out 8. That's the one thing he's done well this year, is got a lot of batters swinging. Okay, here we go. Tigers defense, solid everywhere. Loving Barfield out there in left field with that 90. Look at our corner outfield. You cannot run on Wilson or Barfield. And Chet Lemon's got that history of being a great outfielder. Just I don't think the game respects that. Here we go. Keith Smith leading off. Fly ball into center field. Chet Lemon. Can of corn. 1 out. Karl Pagel up, leading the team in home runs with 5, batting .298. He walks a ton. First pitch swinging, looping it into left field. It does fall in for a hit. And Karl Pagel bumping his average up to .303. Pagel on first. Here's Jim Wilson, first baseman. We talked about him in the previous series, how in 81, he was it 82? Yeah, it was 82. Came out of the gate as a rookie and was crushing it, and then they sent him down. Wilson strikes out for out number 2. And Cory SNYDER, cleanup hitter, batting .262 with 2 home runs. Skies it on the infield, and Whitaker drops it. Man, I guess, errors are 10% more likely here. That's his 5th error already. Look at his defensive range and WAR compared to every other season that he's played. He's already had 5 errors. I don't know. I just keep my fingers crossed that as the season progresses, we're going to have a stretch where no one makes an error. Here's Steve Springer, and that's going to score some runs. So the error had to happen in order for them to score. All those are unearned runs. Point that out every time because that doesn't do anything to Jack's ERA, and yet the Indians, the last place Indians, are now have a 2-0 lead. That is his 3rd double of the year. And then he strikes him out, because that's what always happens after they get the runs. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. 2-0 Cleveland. Here's Ken Smith. He's the hottest Tiger right now. You look at his log. 4 home runs in the last 3 games. He's got 7 RBI. He hasn't struck out. That's amazing. And he's walked, well, just the one time. Just that one time. All right. Ken Smith. 2-2 count. Off the end of the bat into left center field. That will carry deep enough for Von Hayes to make the catch. 1 out. Here's Jesse Barfield. This is his 3rd game in a row that he started. He'll take a walk here. Barfield on first. The catcher Terry Kennedy up. Kennedy batting .312. Couple of home runs. A line drive, unfortunately, right at the center fielder, Hayes. 2 down. Here's Chet Lemon. Wow, Lemon's got 3 career home runs versus Larry McCall. Who doesn't? And a ground ball to first. Yeah, so Jack Morris, Hall of Fame pitcher, borderline, I guess you could say, is down 2-0 to a pitcher who gave up 58 home runs last year. Walking the leadoff man here is Chris Bando, switch hitter. Skies it to right field. Glenn Wilson making the catch. 1 down. Juan Bonilla at the plate. Bonilla had 41 doubles last year as the number 9 hitter. You think they'd move him up in the lineup. There's a ground ball to second, Whitaker. Why can we not get double plays? It's Whitaker and Trammell, for crying out loud. Like, double plays just do not exist this year. Back to the top of the lineup with Keith Smith. He pulls it into right. Out number 3. We go to the top of the third. 2-0 Cleveland. Here's Lance Parrish. Parrish batting 140. And he gets plunked on a curveball. That one just got away from McCall. Leadoff man is on for the Tigers. Here's Sweet Lou. Fly ball into center. We're making solid contact, but we're not getting the lift that our batters normally do versus McCall. 1 down. Runner on first. Here's Trammell. Trammell walks. So McCall's walked 2 batters this inning. McCall's one of those pitchers that it's just a matter of time. So you have to kind of wait him out. First and second, 1 down. Here's George Brett. Brett's average at 281. He's got 4 home runs. Flipping it to left, that should get down. Oh, is it going to be caught? Oh, no. I thought that was going to fall in front of Mike Young. No. Parrish is definitely not going to make it to third. Oh, that's frustrating. Man, we are just not clutch. Here's Glenn Wilson, who strikes out looking. Wow. Larry McCall's embarrassing our lineup. We should be crushing this fool. We go to the bottom of the third. Karl PAGEL leading off. PAGEL had a base hit the first time up, and he walks. Second walk for Morris. I think PAGEL led the American League in walks last year. Oh, no, he didn't. He had 71. Maybe it was the year before that he had 104. He's got a 449 on-base percentage this year. We could really use a double play here. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. Oh, it's going to be caught. Barfield making the play. That's why he's out there and left. I don't think Gibby would have got to that one. 1 out, runner on first. Cory SNYDER takes a strike looking, and PAGEL is thrown out by Kennedy trying to steal second base. Something he never does, but he does there. That had to be a missed hit and run, maybe? I don't know. This game is just absolutely stupid. And then Morris walks his third batter. These are the Indians. This is not like he's walking the Red Sox. Yeah, I mean, I think Morris is done in this game. I mean, not in this specific ball game, but I think he just maxed out. And he's in a walk year. You think he'd have a better performance, but he's pretty terrible. He's no Larry McCall, that is for sure. Yeah, McCall's just dealing. He's got a one-hitter. I mean, he came into the game with an 8.04 ERA, so the game is very clearly going to, force him to get his ERA down to a reasonable number against us. There's the fourth walk from Morris. This game blows so much. I mean, wild pitch. Yeah, this game's over. It doesn't even understand its own rating system. BANDO with a ground ball to second. Number 9 hitter, Juan Bonilla, runner on third. 2-0 count. And a base hit. It's 3-0. Like, they're clutch every time, and we can't get one damn thing to go right for us. We can't even get a hit. There's a double for Keith Smith. There's a double for Karl PAGEL. That'll score 2. 5-0. And then, of course, the strikeout after they score the runs. Yep, we're just back to button pushing. Well, Parrish got a hit. He's got a walk and a hit. Oh, no, got hit by a pitch and a hit. Whitaker. Oh, they're going to give us a run now? So this is where they're going to give us one. Right there. Nope. Can't even give us the courtesy. And the error. That's fucking lame. Another unearned run. I mean, are more than half of the runs scored in this sim unearned? Well, they gave us the one run. That's all we'll get today. I mean, we're just pushing buttons. It doesn't matter. This game was over in the first inning, as usual. Jesse Barfield! There we go. Somebody had to hit a home run against McCall. That is Jesse's first home run of the year. Third as a Tiger. That's the one earned run that we'll score today. Yeah. All right, well, Morris is only at 94 pitches. We're going to let him pitch another inning here. Why not? He's already given up 4 walks against the Indians. I've never... Oh, they're going to bring in a right fielder. Dave Gallagher coming in the 7th inning. I do like the game, that the game seems to be doing this more often now. I can't exactly say why all of a sudden it's doing it. I've changed nothing over the last season. But my theory is, and I've said this before, but maybe we're seeing it actually beginning to work. But I feel like the game doesn't figure out what the fuck it is until 6 seasons are played. Like, you have to almost cycle through all the garbage that the game, creates from the very first season that you play. You have to get rid of all the bad contracts and the stupid signings and the multiple first basemen that a team will sign. And you have to kind of get rid of all the old contracts. And once you kind of blow through that, the game sort of settles into what it should be. And now that we're in our 5th season, maybe we're seeing a little bit more of that happen. It just still, beyond that, though, the ratings don't even matter. So that's what I really just don't get. I don't get how a game could have a rating system and yet not have it mean anything at all. It kind of blows my mind. I'm not doing anything. We just scored 2 runs, and I wouldn't even have noticed it. Ken Smith gets plunked. They're keeping McCall in the game, though, at 118 pitches. Jesse Barfield up. He went deep last time up. And there's a ground ball to that, too. Yeah, conveniently, it's a double play when they need it to be. It's 5-4. I can't be excited for that. We're going to lose this ball game. They're just bringing it closer because that's what happens. Here's Dave Gallagher, his first at-bat of the game. Now Morris is tired. This will probably be his last batter here. We'll take out Morris now. for a left-hander. Remember, we only have lefties in the bullpen, so this is what we have to kind of make happen today. All right, Keith Comstock. Good old Commie. God, what a year he's having. 14 strikeouts in 9 innings pitched. And, I mean, we're giving him the opportunity to be successful, just using him as a loogie, a lefty-on-lefty guy. I mean, there you go. I mean, you can't do better than that. All right, we go to the top of the 8th inning. Here's Tom Waddell. He is 1-1 in relief with a 7.47 ERA. 7 walks, 8 strikeouts in 15 and 2/3 innings. Opponents are batting .319 against him. He's got an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 good pitches. One's a fastball rated at 84. The other's a changeup. Look at this. He's already tired. That's weird. 25-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of next year. McCall, I mean, really didn't pitch that bad. He only gave up the 1 home run to Barfield. And then Waddell comes in, and he's tired, and he gets a ground ball and a strikeout. Parrish walks. So Parrish has been on base every time today. And then Whitaker strikes out. So this is going to be a 5-4 loss. It probably shouldn't have been that close. Comstock, another strikeout. 16 strikeouts in 9 2/3. That's some top-level stuff right there. We're going to bring in Dave Smith to get the last out of the ballgame. And he doesn't even do it. A 190 hitter gets a hit. So we strike out the side with the little combination there. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's 2 down. My bad. Like Javi Baez, not remembering how many outs. And now we strike out the side. All right, we're going to the 9th inning. It's Victor Cruz. He's got the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He's a longtime Cleveland closer in our sim. I think he shared the duties a little bit. I think he also got injured 1 year. For 3 weeks. He's been very solid. 2, 3, and 4 due up. It don't matter. This one you can pretty much put into the books. Oh, is that a double and an error? Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the game wants to give us this. Well, let's see if we can get a sac fly. They're pulling the infield in. So this could go sideways really quick here. Full count. Fly ball to right. Is it going to be deep enough? Trammell will tag and score, and the game is tied. Come on, man. We'll take it. Oh, there you go. And Ken Smith strikes out. Well, the worst thing that could have happened is us tying the ball game up. Because all we've got in the bullpen are lefties. We'll let Dave Smith finish the 9th, win or lose. And then we got lefties in the pen, and that's it. Okay, well, it won't matter anyway. That's good. PAGEL gets a base hit to lead it off. Jim Bob Wilson walks. There we go. Dave Gallagher. Ground ball to third. Is that an error by Brett? No, it's a double play with the game on the line. Here we go, Steve Springer. Steve Springer had the big hit in the first inning, right? To give him the 2-0 lead off the error. He can win it right here. It's to Brett. And we go to the 10th. We got some free baseball. I'm as disappointed as you are, believe me. Terry Kennedy. Chet Lemon. Lemon sucks so bad in this game. We go to the 10th inning. Out comes Dave Smith. In comes Dave Rucker. It's the mother. Take a look at his numbers. Oh man! So this has been coming for a while now. He's got 9 innings. He has not given up a run. So he is absolutely due to get crushed. So we may as well just get it out of the way. Yeah. Mike Young flying out to left. Here's some lefty on lefty. Yeah, there we go. Walks Von Hayes. Strikes out Bando. 1-1 count to Bonilla. Base it up the middle. And then Smith will wrap this ball game up. There we go. So yeah, I mean, he had to give up a run. Tigers lose 6-5. Yeah, this game is absolutely predictable on every level. Tigers lose 6-5. Take a look at the standings. What's our record? Our record is 1-3 versus Toronto this year, and it is 1-3 versus Cleveland. So the two worst teams we cannot beat for whatever reason. So there's the standings. Boston is running away with it. Man, they are on a 4-game winning streak. They're 22-10. They have a team batting average of .306. So many teams are just pounding the cover off the ball, which is kind of exciting, but we're not one of them. That's what sucks. Okay, National League, Philadelphia has lost 3 in a row because they have to. Pittsburgh's won 6 in a row. Wow, the Giants are 9-21. Youch. Headline news, nothing. Transactions. One thing. Brian Clutterbuck of Milwaukee, a team that is just suffering all kinds of starters injuries. He's in there filling in for Teddy Higuera, and he blows out his rotator cuff. He's going to be gone all the way until next year this time. Sorry, Clutterbuck. I kind of want to see what their pitching staff looks like now. It's got to be horrible. I mean, they already had Fred Holdsworth in there, and Chuck Porter, Rich Rodas. Jaime Kokenauer is their ace. That's not a good sign. And it looks like they're going to call up Dave LaPointe from Double-A. At least this guy's good. Look at this. How is he not even already in there? An 84 rating. This guy should be your ace right now. I guess he'll get his shot. Look at that. Higuera will be back in 4 days. Candiotti's got 25. All right, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. What a bunch of crap. All right, let's see. Player of the game. I mean, nobody deserves anything on this team. Whitaker did have 3 hits, including a double. We had 4 extra base hits that we still could not get past the Indians with their worst pitcher on the mound, who actually pitched pretty decently, considering he only gave up 1 home run. He gave up 4 total runs, and that dropped his ERA. Waddell was already tired before he came into the game and didn't give up any runs. And we scored on a double that it became a triple with the error on Von Hayes. Their outfielders made 2 errors. That's incredibly lame. Jack Morris pitched terrible. He had 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. Again, versus the worst team in the American League. Dave Rucker takes the loss, but he had to. I mean, it was predetermined, as they say. Okay, that's going to do it. We will come back tomorrow with the second game of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great day.